recently, there's been an opinion that's been taken over Apex. Season 20 has failed, and it's one of the worst seasons. In many people's opinions, this is down to one massive mistake by Respawn. Let's start at the start though, because this season started off really strong with the addition of the perk system, and also Respawn were just listening to the fans so much. For example, at the start of this season, the Wingman in the care package was blatantly OP, and Respawn fixed that really quickly. And people loved these fan requested features, so Respawn continued, especially in the Beast event where Respawn released this godforsaken takeover, and people hated it that much, Respawn moved it to an LTM, so people weren't forced to play it, which was a good move. Although after a few weeks, the season starts souring a bit, and people start getting pretty mad, because a few rumours crop up that this new heirloom that was featured in the launch trailer is going to end up costing $700. Now, it didn't end up costing $700, but the event it was featured in was a very controversial event, because you had to gamble for every single item in this event. It was absolutely terrible. And the unfortunate truth is, the only reason we were getting these events is because Respawn needed to make a lot of money. As just before Season 20 came out, we got some unfortunate news. The Apex was falling behind on its revenue targets, meaning it wasn't earning enough money. The thing is though, in the same report this was revealed in, it was also revealed that Apex's 2 highest earning days of the year last year were while the Final Fantasy event was active, meaning these events may be scummy, but boy do they earn some crazy money. The thing is though, the controversies around Season 20 just kept piling up, because at the same time people were up in arms about the Cobalt guitar, something a lot worse happened. But first, airtime. This video is sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped sent me their Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Trimmer, which is both cordless and waterproof, and it's very useful to keep yourself fresh, especially when you're grinding those preg games. And if you're somehow not impressed by that, the Lawnmower 5.0 also has a powerful LED to help you shave with confidence. I find this pretty useful as the landlord recently shut off my power. It also boasts an impressive runtime of up to 60 minutes. As well as providing the ungroomed with easy grooming supplies, they've also partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to spread awareness for men's health and early cancer detection. So if you're interested, go to manscaped.com and use my code for 20% off. And if you want to learn more about detecting early signs of cancer, use their link here as well. So what was the bad situation around the release of the Cobalt guitar? Well, it was only the infamous Destroyer 2009 hack, where he hacked into 2 pros' computers and put hacks on their computers. And this is a huge factor in why this season has such a bad reputation with fans, because you may think, how would 2 pros getting hacked affect everybody else? Well, it was more the backlash that ensued after, because a lot of people made videos saying don't play Apex, rightfully because there was clearly an issue that allowed hackers to obtain access to your computer to some degree. And because of that, a lot of people just stopped playing Apex, and quite a few didn't come back. And at the same time, it didn't help Apex that this story became one of the most popular gaming stories of 2024. Literally, everybody knew about this hack, even if they didn't play Apex, it just blew up that much. So another massive wave of controversy hitting Respawn definitely didn't help, and also didn't help fans' opinions to the game, which would only continue to sour somehow. Because I have no idea how, but Apex would somehow have another major controversy in Season 20. And this would take place, guess what, only around a week after the Cobalt guitar and hacking incident controversy. Apex really couldn't catch a break during this month span, because the next major controversy that would happen would take place one day after April Fools, when Respawn did a normal Tuesday update on the game, but clearly someone at Respawn accidentally updated the game a bit too hard. Because upon logging on that Tuesday night, a lot of people started to notice their accounts weren't how they left them and were missing some items, and some people's accounts were even completely reset. Yes, the account reset bug had happened, and it affected literally every single person in the game, and it lasted for nearly a whole day. And during this time, people's accounts were reset to a state they were a few months ago, so they were a much lower level, or even they were level 1 because their accounts simply didn't exist a few months ago. And obviously, again, you can see why this one turned into a controversy, because everybody lost the stuff they paid for. Not very good. Luckily, this was fixed a few days later, and everybody got packs to say sorry, but that wouldn't fix everything, because, hey, exactly 2 weeks later, another glitch would occur that would mismatch everybody's accounts and show that they lost heirlooms, lost skins, and also gained a few skins they didn't own. So once again, again, Respawn had made a major mistake and clearly flicked the wrong switch on everybody's accounts. Luckily, this glitch only lasted an hour, but my god, was this terrible seeing so many glitches and so many controversies pop up for Apex. Even more recently, Apex is still plagued with glitches. For example, the Apex Cup system that just came out is dreadfully broken. They had to disable Valkyrie because there's a glitch in 3 strikes where if you enter her ultimate, every single time you die after that, you will be teleported into the center of the map. And also, if you play all 10 games of the Apex Cup, you can't reset your score. Respawn literally can't stop taking L's with these glitches. So why are we having so many glitches? And despite all of this, why do people think next season is going to be Apex's best season in a very long time? Well, there's 2 prevalent theories to why this many glitches have been happening. The major one a lot of people point out immediately is because EA has been laying off a lot of Respawn employees, and more recently, a whole QA team based in the United Kingdom. And if you're not aware, the QA team is quality assurance. They find glitches, so whenever we have a game-breaking glitch, the finger is immediately pointed because they fired the guys who should be finding these. And truthfully, these guys getting fired may be a major factor in all of these glitches happening, or it may be point 2, that this was just an insanely unlucky season, or it could even be a combination of the 2, which I think is more likely. There's no denying that the QA teams getting laid off is not a good look, especially when your game constantly has game-breaking glitches. But one thing people don't talk about in this article about the QA team getting laid off is that it's apparently a part of an effort to restructure the business. So maybe you could interpret this in a good way, and maybe EA is just moving the QA teams closer to home. Although I feel like that's the thing we call copium. Still, despite all of these glitches and everybody having quite a sour taste to Apex right now, rightfully, why do people think next season's gonna be very popular? Well, it's all down to the numbers. We live and die by the numbers here. So what do the numbers tell us right now? People really want to play Apex. This season has been one of the most consistent seasons of Apex ever for player numbers, despite the drop-off that was caused by the Apex hack. As we can see here, players have been steadily dropping off, which is to be expected in a season, but not nearly as sharply compared to other seasons, and also we're getting very noticeable spikes when new features come out, like Apex Cups right here. So people clearly have a hunger for Apex right now, but they just want content, and next season seems to be very content rich. Not only do we get a new legend, but it's looking like we're getting a Broken Moon update, and there's rumours that Arenas is coming back. I'm not sure if that's in a few seasons or next season, we'll have to see. And I think the appetite is definitely there for a new Legends and map update, considering we didn't actually get a new Legend or map update in Season 20, which is this season. A big part about getting people hyped for a new season, though, is the marketing, which involves trailers. And the weird thing is, we haven't got a story from the Outlands trailer yet to introduce a season. And more, I'm starting to feel like Respawn are just going to reveal it at the ALGS LAN in a few days, much like they did exactly a year ago, actually. But back to the original point, I think people's opinions that this is one of the worst seasons of Apex ever could actually be true. There's been too many major controversies this season, so let's hope the next season is better. But what's your favourite controversy from this season? Pick one and subscribe to keep updated.